Who actually pays the tariffs? The Secretary's evasive answers frustrated lawmakers, exposing how tariff policies, while framed as strategic economic tools, directly hit consumers and small businesses. Pocan emphasized that unpredictability in trade policy undermines the stability businesses rely on, driving job losses and inflation.
So my concern is on the tariffs. Who pays tariffs, Mr. Secretary? No. Answer the questions I asked, please. I only have 5 minutes. Who pays tariffs?
Sorry, well...
Who pays tariffs?
Sorry,
Mr. Secretary, please.
Excuse me.
The question is very simply, who pays tariffs, Mr. Chairman? I'd like him to answer that question.
Well,
He wants to answer other questions.
well, Congressman, if the exporters, they dislike tariffs so much, why wouldn't they, if, I think what you're trying to get me to say...
Did you remember the question? I'm not sure you did. Who pays tariffs?
It's a very complicated question.
Reclaiming my time. People pay tariffs, right? Reclaiming my time, Mr. Secretary. Reclaiming my time, Mr. Secretary. Reclaiming my time. You clearly aren't going to answer. I'm not going to waste my time having you go, Mr. Secretary, Mr. Chairman, I asked reclaiming my time. Mr. Chairman, and I asked to reclaim my time. Did I not? No, I said reclaiming my time because he's clearly not answering it. So, yeah, so as a small business owner, and unfortunately I'd like that time back since you failed to recognize me for 30 seconds. So I just recently from one of my suppliers got the tariff surcharge on things. And in addition to the tariff surcharge, guess what else got raised? American-made walnut plaques. That has nothing to do with tariffs, but companies take advantage and do that. So right now, we are getting screwed right and left because of the indiscriminate use of tariffs. That's the reality for Main Street. And you go off to Beverly Hills where private investor conferences and talk about crazy Ivan theories. Answer that. What is the crazy Ivan theory of tariffs that you mentioned at the summit?
Well, first of all, sir, I've had meetings with more than 50 small lenders. So I want to clarify that. I would also say that in game theory, strategic uncertainty, of which you seem to like the name Crazy Ivan.
Well, it's your words, correct? Didn't you use Crazy Ivan at the...
Well, you've used it 5 times. And
that's the question, Mr. Chairman.
I am saying the strategic uncertainty is part of negotiations. Should we say, okay, here's what we'll accept. Please take this.
Okay, I've got your answer. Thank you. I'm going to reclaim my time again. So for a small business, we don't have that luxury, right? When the ports are empty in California, and we can't get goods and people are stocking up for Christmas goods. Crazy Ivan is great for, please don't take this offense, really rich people like you, but for people like me, it's not, right? That's what makes small businesses fail. That's what makes people lose their jobs. That's what makes the stock market tank. So I'll ask one more time, who pays tariffs?
Sir, the history would show that it is a complicated mix of who pays the tariffs over various times.
So that's exactly the problem. If your answer, and you are a very educated person, you have a very impressive bio, cannot answer the question who pays tariffs because you won't answer that, and you say it's a complicated issue. It's not complicated. Consumers pay Trump's tariff tax. That's the reality. And my main concern is, I think, what people are looking at the economy. You know, the first 100 days, low stock markets, and Richard Nixon, not usually a measure people are shooting for. On tariffs, the fact that last year we had an effective rate of about 2.5%. I think the Yale Budget Lab, and I believe you went to Yale, has said that effective rate is closer to 28%, the highest since 1901. I know that some of that's changed because the tariffs are on again, off again, some on again, some off again. Somewhat chaotic, I believe, as your term is what, Crazy Ivan style. I compare them to how a monkey throws dung. You're not exactly sure where they're going to land. And that's the concern I have as a small business owner, and I know Ms. Luzenkamp-Perez is as well. You know, I've got small businesses really worried. You made a comment about while cargo volumes have dropped 60%, you see this as a temporary detox. But for a small business that's getting by day to day, that's much bigger. You talked about Main Street. We want to finally focus on Main Street, not Wall Street. I think you were at a global investor conference in Beverly Hills yesterday. That's the cocktail party where you mentioned the Crazy Ivan theory. And before that, you were at a JP Morgan Chase World Bank investor private investor summit. All those things are not Main Street, right? Main Street is an auto body repair, a specialty printer.
In a fiery House hearing, Congressman Mark Pocan confronted Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent over the chaotic implementation of Trump-era tariffs. Pocan lambasted the administration for leaving small businesses in uncertainty, describing the on-again, off-again tariffs as a crazy Ivan gamble that harms Main Street while catering to Wall Street elites. The tension highlighted the growing divide between government policy and the daily struggles of American entrepreneurs. This confrontation serves as a reminder that economic policy cannot ignore its social implications. Lawmakers like Pocan advocate for accountability, transparency, and policies that protect both workers and consumers. The clash over tariffs is not just about economics. It's about preserving trust in governance and ensuring the government serves the many, not just the wealthy few. The hearing also underscored the broader economic impact of inconsistent tariff strategies. While Bessent touted investor conferences and strategic theories, Pocan stressed that ordinary Americans bear the cost. By connecting tariffs to empty ports, rising supply costs, and delayed goods, the discussion illustrated the tangible human consequences of abstract policy debates.